Hey, how y'all doing? This is Byron Scott, your real estate investor next door, back with another video. Just wanted to come to y'all live, talk about how you can get started wholesaling real estate without extra time and without extra money. I know a lot of people just like me was trying to figure out, how to make more money doing something. A lot of people want to get in real estate. A lot of people see people wholesaling real estate and doing well, but you didn't have the time or you don't have the extra money, that it take to do a lot of the stuff that they talk about. Like I know I talk about specifically, I talk about, different programs, different software that you can get and use. But a lot of times you don't have the extra money every month to do that, or you don't have the extra time to be sitting there calling people all day and stuff like that. So just wanted to come and talk to y'all and give y'all some actionable steps you can take in order to get started wholesale real estate without the extra time and without the extra money. So the thing you want to do if you don't have, so I always look at it like either you don't have time or you don't have money. And if you don't have either one of them, then you got to solve one of those problems, and then you'll be able to get started. So if you don't have extra time, you don't have extra money. It's kind of where I was at the beginning of my journey. You have to create the extra money, right? Because with money, you can buy time, right? Creating extra time to me wasn't really an option. Had a 9 to 5 job, come home, I got a family. So it's not a lot of time that I can cut out, but I can find a way to create more money. So you find ways to create more money. And the way I did that was, picking up a side hustle, start doing stuff like Instacart. I start delivering pizzas. You can do Uber Eats. You can do Uber. But find ways, and I would do Instacart like on my way home. Like on my way home, I got like a 30-minute ride home where I stop and two drops of Instacart. May take me an hour, and then I get home. You know what I'm saying? So finding a little time to make extra money. That's what you got to do. You got to be willing to spend some time to make extra money in order to put that then into your business, and when you do that, that's when you're able to, build up a little money and be able to use that to get stuff that I talk about on my channel. Um, so what I would do if I was working a 9 to 5 and had no time and I had no money, I would instantly look at side hustles that I can do, like like Instacart, like picking up another side job after you get off. Let's say you get off at 4, maybe do something until 6, right? And a lot of times I found I delivered pieces because it allowed me to work on my own time. Like I went in there and told them, hey, look, this is when I can work. I'm gonna have to work on my own time. I got to be able to tell y'all when I can come in, when I can't come in. So, and then on the weekends, I put in that work. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out, I was at work, working, make extra money. You know what I'm saying? So that's that part of being obsessed, right? That's that part of being obsessed. So many people think, oh, I'm gonna get started wholesaling real estate. But before I ever got started wholesaling real estate, I got started making extra money. You know what I'm saying? So don't think, what can I do to get started wholesaling? Think, what can I do to make extra money? And then once you make that extra money, then you can use that money to then take action, right? Because a lot of times the obstacle that's in your way is time or money, right? So if you solve the time and the money problem, then the taking action part becomes a lot easier. When you got an extra 100, extra $200 every month, it's easier to take action. When you got an extra $300 every month, it's easier to take action, right? So that's what I would do to get started. Generate an extra $200-300 a month, and then that knocks down that obstacle, and now you can take action to get prompt screen, because all you're doing is working a little bit more every month in order to pay for that service, right? All you working, so $100 on prop screen. You need to figure out a way to make $100 extra every month, right? And then I would say, if you got a 9 to 5, you probably need to be texting people. So I would probably use launch control, and launch control costs $300 a month. So you need to find a way to make probably $400 to $500 extra a month. And a lot of people think that sounds like a lot of money, but dude, I'm telling you, I could work 2 days a week. I can work 2 good days at Papa John's and make $100 a week. Work 2 good days and make $100 a week, right? I'm talking about money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And you can go do Uber Eats, you can go do Lyft, a few times a week. And if you do it for a month, you're gonna be there made about $300, $400, right? So you can make extra money doing that stuff, and all you need is that $100 prop screen, and you ain't gotta get launch control. You can go do stuff that allow you to pay as you text, right? Stuff like text magic, stuff like batch leads. That's a little bit cheaper, that allow you to pay as you text, right? Um, but that's what you need to do. You need to not focus on I'm finna start wholesaling. Start focus on I'm finna start making a little extra money. Another way you can create money. So there's 2 ways of creating extra money. You can go work for it, or you can cut back something, right? Which means, like, I ain't even talking about cutting back your lifestyle. Like, you want to go, you go eat, do your thing, do your thing. But you could cut that back if you wanted to. But the other thing you could do is, like, I would, call up every bill that I had. I'm looking to see if I can find some other service, right? I'm looking to find another internet service. I'm looking to find another way to stream. I'm looking to find, um, like my cell phone. Like, my cell phone bill was like $100 and some dollars. Bam, I cut that all the way down to like $50, right? So I was able to do that kind of stuff and look for other ways to cut down that money. You know what I'm saying? And when you create that extra money, it gives you that financial runway, right? To where you could take a little risk without being worried about any of this other stuff. You got to create a little financial runway so you can take a little risk. You know what I'm saying? So you got to either, you got to go out there and create a little bit more money, or you got to figure out a way to, work on the other end and spend a little less money. But once you create that little money, that little extra money, then you'll be able to take the risk, and you'll use that money to get prompt screen, to skip trace lists, and to text people. And by texting people, it saves you on your time, right? So now you ain't got to go and waste a lot of time on, calling people. You can text them. You know what I'm saying? And when you text them, all the people that's interested, you writing those people down. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you're going and finding buyers on Facebook. Find buyers on Facebook, find buyers on prompt screen. I posted a video on my YouTube about how you can find buyers. You go in there and figure out how to find buyers, right? And I always suggest figure out how to find your buyers first. So while you're making extra money, go find you some buyers. You know what I'm saying? And then once you made your extra money that you're going to use to start your business, you've already found the buyers. You know what I'm saying? And then once you're ready, you can invest that money into prop screen. You can invest that money in skip tracing list. You can invest that money um, into texting platforms like batch leads and launch control, right? Um, and I say, and you could do this without extra money, without extra time. Let's say if you don't even have time to text. If you don't have time to text, all you need to do is, like, with that extra money that you're making, just save up a little bit more money, right? Just a little bit more. I mean, when I say like $400 a month, that's not a ton of money, man. Like, you can go make that. People think that they can't make $400 a month. doing something. Like, dude, you can easily make $400 a month doing something on the side. Like, you can easily make that, right? Or $300 a month doing something on the side. It may take you 2 months of working, and you got $600, and now you saying, oh yeah, I can go get this prop screen for $100. I can go get badge sleeves. That probably cost you, I think, 100, maybe something like that. Skip trace your list. You still got money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? And that'll get your stuff started, right? So that's why I say, just think about the things that are in your way. The two things that are in your way is time and money, right? Find out a way to create that little gap of money, and then you're going to be able to put money into your business and do things that don't take your time. So I was able to text, and that wasn't taking my time. If you're not able to text at work, you probably, you can go hire you some VAs to call while you at work. You know what I'm saying? And then you won't have to text at all. You'll get off work. Your VAs, will be there, call people. They'll bring you, they'll send the people interested to you. Hey, these are the people that's interested, their name, address, phone number, da da da. Send it to you. You after work, call them back. Right? Bam. Spend you 1 hour calling people back after work, right? Or whatever. So that's what I would do and that's what I did when I didn't have extra money and I didn't have extra time, right? And all it takes is a little bit of success in order to create you that runway to where, you get one deal. Max Maxwell said this, you're one deal away from busting it open and finding a lot of success. So that's what I would do if I had little money, little time to try to get started wholesaling. So what I'm going to do now is try to go through and answer some of y'all questions that you got about getting started. So what you got going this week? Man, what I got going this week? I think I got one closing this week. I got a couple of closings next week. So I got one closing this week. I got two closings next week. No, I got three closings next week. I may have four. I think I may have four closings next week. So this week I got one closing. Next week I have four closings, something like that. Yeah. So that's what I got coming out of the pipeline, man. So which marketing strategy you get the most deals from, texting and calling? I would say texting and calling is about the same, but like if I don't have time, like my situation, texting is better in my situation because when I'm at work, I'm at a computer. You know what I'm saying? If you're at work and you're not at a computer, you may need VAs to be calling people while you're at work. You know what I'm saying? And I'll make a video about VAs calling. All you need to do is go on onlinejobs.ph, post a job posting. Hey, I'm looking for a VA, cold callers, da 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 da. And you would get prompt screen, and you would get either Mojo or Call Tools, and that would be $200, right? So prompt screen and Call Tools or Mojo Dollar, that's gonna be $200 together. So you spend $200 on subscriptions, and then you're gonna skip trace your list, right? So you may be spending what, $300, maybe $400, $400 a month. You got your business going, right? You do your little side hustle, $400 a month, $400 a month. You got a whole business going, right? So that's what I would say. And then you do that for a couple of months. That's the grind, man. That's the grind. And once you grind, embrace the grind. And that's the whole part about being obsessed. When it's in your mind that you gonna make it, you know what I'm saying? You get that obsession and you grind to get your way out of it, but once you get that one deal, and you're gonna take one deal, now the side hustle go away. You know what I'm saying? Your first deal, $2,000. That's most people say that's a little deal, but $2,000, you give people $2,000 right now to be able to go wholesale, they could do a lot of damage with $2,000. You know what I'm saying? That's months and months. That's a couple of months of, subscriptions, skip tracing, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you get another deal. Next thing you know, then that's when it started going downhill. So it's like you only got to do this for a little bit of time, right? The pain only lasts for a little while. And after a while, it's gonna subside, right? And that's when the success start kicking in. So you got to be willing to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Most people are not gonna do it. Most people will not do it. Most people ain't trying to figure out how to make a couple of extra $100 a month so they can start their business. Most people ain't trying to call up their cell phone service, the internet service, or whatever to see if they can create some financial runway so they can start their business. Most people ain't gonna do nothing, right? So if you actually go all in and do something, you part of the 1%. And that's what you got to be able to do, be willing to do in order to be successful. You got to be willing to do things that other people ain't gonna do. Right? That's what you got to do to be successful. You got to be willing to do things that other people just ain't gonna do. Right? And that's what got me to where I am now in my wholesale journey. It's like being willing to do stuff. Other people ain't gonna do that stuff. Now, how did you do it? I did stuff that you ain't gonna do. Right? It's like, dude, you ain't gonna do it, man. And who going out here working, come home? Who gonna go deliver them pieces? You know what I'm saying? Who clocking in at Papa John's? Right? You're a teacher, but you clocking in at Papa John's. Who doing that? Ain't nobody doing that, man. Who calling cutting everything back to try to create some space so that they can go out there and invest in this business? Ain't nobody doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? People just will not do it. And then come home and jump on the phone, jump on the dial and be calling people, calling people, calling people. And then after that, when it get too late, get on the phone with agents and just be talking to people all night long, just talking to people 10 o'clock at night, still just sitting there talking to people, talking to people. Who willing to do that, man? Ain't people are not willing to grind, man. People are not willing to make them sacrifices. So I'm telling you right now, you make the sacrifices, you grind, you do things long enough that other people ain't willing to do, and you're gonna find a success. I'm telling you right now. Um, so I'm dispatching trucks, getting extra money on the side. That's what's up, man. Keep doing that. Says double closing better to do since Atlanta is requiring certain stipulation. I don't know. I'm not like in Atlanta. I'm not in Atlanta. I'm on the outskirts. So my outskirts hadn't messed with me yet. So but either way though, if I need to double close something, it's no big deal. I just double close it easy. So I'm trying to figure out how to find pre-foreclosures in Georgia. Dude, I don't look for specific stuff like that. But PropScreen does have a pre-foreclosure, like a little thing you click on pre-foreclosures. But I really haven't tried to aim or target pre-foreclosures. I know a good place, like, dude, if you wanted to find good leads, but I think you got to have like some transaction funding or you got to have some money to do this. But if you go to those HUD home store, HUD home store have like houses that people that have like government backed loans, they default and sometimes they get on that HUD home store, and you can go in there and bid on houses. They'll sell those for real cheap, stuff like that. That's a good way to find people that's in foreclosure or probably almost have been foreclosed on, and you can bid on the houses. So that's a good way to, find some cheap houses to bid on. So bro, I have a trust. What do I expect? I don't know, man. I don't know too much about a trust. I haven't dealt with it. I don't have one. So hey, your cousin Eric lately has introduced me to your page. He bragged highly about your success. He is gearing up to start a wholesaling journey. Wish you well, Mr. Scott. Thanks for sharing. Oh, appreciate it, Mandy. Yeah, Eric, man, that's my guy. That's my cuz right there, man. I'm telling you, we go way, way, way back, to the beginning. So yeah, that's man, love that man. That's my guy. But anyways, so I'm negotiating the contract now. Do you use 70% rule? No, I don't use 70% or 75% rule. I make sure I'm a little different than other people. I try to contact buyers to see what they will buy at. Like I got somebody right now that want to sell their property, at a certain price, and they're like, "Hey, look, this is how much I want," but I'm like, okay, let me see if always say, hey, look, let me see if we can buy it at that price. I have to talk to my purchase manager, and those are my buyers. Like, they're gonna determine whether I can buy it or not. So I was like, hey, look, let me talk to my, purchase manager and get back with you. Let them know. I'll let you know what we can buy it at. So I go to the buyer and like, hey, look, this is how much we need to buy that in order to make this deal work. Bam, the buyer say yes or no or whatever we can do. I come back to the seller and tell them what we can do. So I don't have to use 75% 70 rule, none of that stuff, right? So I don't do that too much. I do look at comparable comps that sold for cash as is. So I use, Chris Jefferson talk about this a lot, like going on Prop Stream, looking for cash sales and seeing what similar properties are sold for cash in that neighborhood. And that's how I kind of know what the buyer should be willing to buy it for, right? So let's see. How many call IDs you purchase a month? You have rotated. I don't know exactly how many I purchase every month. Um, I really haven't looked into that. Hold on real quick. I got my guy Thad coming in. What's up, Thad? We're live, man. How you doing? You are crazy. Oh man. So my guy Thad, man. If you haven't checked this video out yet, go look at wholesale. From Afghanistan to 100 grand. Guy came from Afghanistan, came back and started wholesaling real estate. Gotta go check his video out. But what's going on, Thad? Just seeing. I didn't know you was over here dropping gems, but I saw I had this call, so I was just following up. Yeah, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you back, man. I bought some headphones, so I wanted to. Oh, okay. You want to let me know? Yeah. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you, but yeah, y'all should listen to him. I'm sure he's steer y'all in the right direction. So. I figured you'd be watching. No, I was in Cedar Town, so get me some chicken parm. So I just got back to Bremen. Oh man! All right, man. I'll hit you up. Go ahead and check me out. I know you're gonna be looking. Yeah, I'm sitting in my car, but my wife's in here shopping. So I'm in the car. I guess I can go and check. All right. Yeah, I'm car watching. All right, then, man. All right. It's my guy Thad, man. We work together. We work close together, man. But anyways, let's get back into these questions. So how many call IDs? I don't know how many call IDs, but I try to keep rotated, man. I check at least twice a week to see what's spammed and rotate them out. You know what I'm saying? So just set up some kind of way that you check them like multiple times a week to make sure your numbers are spammed or whatever. And then keep your dollar kind of low so that you don't, call in too many people at one time to get yourself spammed. So you taking on any students? No, I don't. I'm not a coach. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not a coach. Like I don't have everything together. I don't have everything figured out. Not a coach. I'm not a mentor. I'm not none of that. Right. I'm just a regular old guy trying to figure it out like everybody else. I come here to answer questions, but I also learn so much, from people send me messages like, "Hey, you didn't know this?" No, I did not know it. A lot of stuff I don't know, man. I'm just learning like everybody else. I've been sitting here watching videos, trying to learn all kind of stuff about real estate like everybody else, man. Like I'm checking out all these videos, the podcasts, and all kind of stuff, just like everybody else. I'm still learning. So, yeah, man. I'm not coaching doing. I really don't have the time to tell you the truth, man. I just don't have the time to be putting into that right now, man. I'm still grinding, trying to find my own way, man. Um, so how do you handle a mortgage on a property that is high? If the mortgage is more than what they're selling it for, then that's a problem. That would be a short sale. But it doesn't matter what the mortgage is if they're, if you have a buyer that's willing to pay, above what the mortgage is. So the mortgage is 100K, you got to sell it for above 100K, right? If you sell it for below 100K, then you're talking about trying to short sell the property. Man, I am in the midst of a short sale right now, which is going to be a really good deal. You can get short sales for a really deep discounted price. Once I complete that short sale, I'll tell y'all more about it. But yeah, short sales are good stuff. But you have the person has to sell their property for more than what they owe. Otherwise, it's going to have to be a short sale or something like that. So how do your buyers know what price they would be around if you don't have pictures, don't know the conditions of the property? So I do talk to the seller, try to get the conditions of the property, whatever. And if they have picture, I ask them to send it. But I mean, if you're dealing with people who really buy, they're able to look around the neighborhood and say, we'll probably be around this much, right? If this, they'll know, and they're pretty conservative too now. They'll know, about how much they can buy. They'll know if the seller's asking for something, if that's something that probably ain't gonna work, or maybe it will work. And a lot of times after they go out there and check it out, maybe they come back at a different number, and we have to tell the seller, hey, look, because of this, this is where we're gonna be at, right? And I always try to get ammo from my buyers. If they go out and see the property and they come back and say they can't do it, I try to get ammo. Like, hey, why could you not do it? Tell me everything that's wrong with it, so I can go back and tell this guy, hey, look, this is what's wrong. This. This is why we can't do it. This is why we need it at this price. Whatever. So that's kind of what we do as far as the buyers knowing what price they can buy it at or whatever. And like I said, I usually use Chris Jefferson's. I know Chris Jefferson didn't invent this, but this is where I learned it from. I looked at Chris Jefferson video. He talked about how you can go on Prop Stream and look at the cash sales in that neighborhood, and you kind of see what similar properties are sold for cash in that neighborhood, and then that's how I know that, the buyer should be buying around this much, right? So that's kind of what I do, what I look for. But yeah, man. If y'all don't have any more questions, I'll go ahead and get off here. If you got more questions, definitely let me know. I'll talk to y'all a little bit about what I got going on. So like this month, I'm closing on the rest if I can close on the rest of these properties, this month would be my third month wholesaling over 100K each month, like 100K, 100K, 100K. So that's pretty big for me. And a lot of people talk about how like it slows down in November and December. And I can kind of see that, but like even moving into December, I got some deals that's going to be closing. I may not make 100K in December. I don't know. But I still got, about 6, 7 deals that want to close in December. And we'll see if we can get them closed. But it's just been all good, man. Being able to kind of really get it going, and just trying to systematize everything is you know, I won't say the problem, it's the challenge right now, right? It's the obstacle. So I'm trying to systematize everything, but also getting the right people in the right seats, and making sure those people are doing what they're supposed to do, it is another thing that you got to make sure you do. And then that's when it get real, you talking about business stuff at that point, not just trying to get one deal. Most people just need to get that first deal. And once they get that first deal, that's when you start looking into, okay, how do you 10x that? You know what I'm saying? How do you take that to another level? But like the reason I wanted to make this video is because for the longest time, like I was all about, okay, how do I actually host it? Like, how do I actually do stuff in real estate, right? Not knowing that, okay, there's obstacles in my way, which is time, which is money. And I needed to break down those obstacles in order to be able to wholesale real estate, right? In order to be successful and in order to get started, in order to take action, You have to get rid of the obstacles, the smaller obstacles that's in your way that has nothing to do with actual wholesaling. It has nothing to do with actual real estate. There's other obstacles. Mainly what's in people's way is money and time, right? Solve those issues and then you'll be able to move forward and you'll be able to, be successful in real estate, you know. So let me look to see if we got any other questions. So where am I located? In Atlanta. I'm located in Atlanta. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But that doesn't matter. Like I'm wholesaling all over the place, man. Like we do deals in Nashville, we do deals in Charlotte, do deals in all over North Carolina, really. You do deals in all over Florida. Uh, but I've done deals in Augusta, Georgia, Athens, Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia, you know, all over the place. Uh, so it doesn't matter kind of where I'm at. I'm doing deals all over the place. So you got opt-out language in your text program that you're using. Yes, I do that opt-out stuff. It just makes it easier for me on the back end. Somebody say stop or somebody say no, bam, I know they're not interested. It makes it really easy on the back end. But anyways, after that 100K, how much profit is there after you pay the VAs and other bills? So right now, well, right now I'm probably spending about seven K a month, probably somewhere around there, 7K a month. So after I pay everybody, probably got about 90 something K left. Uh, not too bad, but it's crazy, man. You say that stuff, and it's just mind blowing. I mean, to me, it's just mind blowing to think that it's crazy, man. You would think in order to make 100K, you need to spend a ton of money, but I mean, you actually don't need to spend. I mean, 7K is a ton of money, but I mean, to make 100K, I mean, you don't even notice it almost. It's like, dude, you just make so much money. And when I say I made 100K, I'm making over 100K. Like I'm making over 100K. Like I'm not making 100K. Like I'm making like 112, 120. You know, that's what I'm making. I'm making over 100K. Like last month I made like 90 something K in like 1 week. Uh, but I probably made like 118, 120. So, you know, I mean, I'm not really stressing about how much I'm spending. I'm not spending enough to think too hard about it. So how long you been in the game? So I started wholesaling last year around June, July of last year, right? So I started wholesaling around June or July of last year. Around that time, I started wholesaling, and I got my first deal. I closed my first deal like at the end of August. I think the very last day of August last year. It's like August the 30th, right? Or like it was maybe August 30th or September the 1st or something like that. That's when I closed my first deal. So it's been like a year and some months. That's another thing. It's like I thought about when this year started, I was thinking, man, if I can just wholesale, if I can wholesale and make 50K this year wholesaling along with my teacher money, it's like, man, I'd be in really good shape. It's like, dude, I was like, if I can make 50K this year, that's what I was thinking about at the beginning of the year. It's like, if I make 50K this year, that'd be awesome, right? Because I was like, yeah, man, I've been made, 100K wholesaling in 2 years, in 2020, 2021, I've been made 100K wholesaling. But now, I mean, it just kept going, 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 going to the point now. It's just like, whew, it's crazy stuff, man. You can mess around and it's just crazy stuff, man. It's just crazy. But anyways, you're just wholesaling in the Georgia market or virtually wholesaling? If so, how many different markets are you in? So I'm all over the place, man. So I'm in Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, kind of all over the Southeast. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, everything is virtual because, like, if I'm doing it in Georgia, doesn't matter if I'm doing it in Georgia or Tennessee or North Carolina, Florida, I'm doing the same process. Like, I still never see the property. I don't go meet anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't going to no locations, right? So same process for kind of everything. Um, Let me see. Are you up to JV deal? Maybe partnering up with virtual deals? Yeah, I mean, if you got a deal, you can bring it, and I'll see if I can find somebody that'll buy it, and then we can do it that way. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Uh, so, do you feel like you're making that type of money? Do you feel like you're? No, I don't. I don't feel it. Like I don't feel it. Right? It's like, I mean, I'm still just regular old me. I don't even think about that stuff, man. Like it don't even go to my head. I don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I'm not that type of guy, so I don't even think about it, man. It's just mind blowing, even just seeing it. It's just like, huh? It's like, dude, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. So what's your end goal? Keep wholesaling, or are you also buying and holding long term? So when I first started looking into real estate, like I was gonna buy and hold multifamily, and that's what I am right now. Like I got a triplex right now, um, but like I started wholesaling because I was like, dude, I want to keep doing something in real estate, and I want to make extra money, you know. Um, so that's when I started wholesaling, and now that I'm wholesaling, I'm just stacking up money. My end game, I am gonna buy and hold properties, and stuff like that. But I also want to get involved in other business stuff, you know. But I also want to be involved in educating other people about business stuff, not ain't just wholesale, not ain't just real estate, but just like knowing that there's another path, there's a way that you can, like I was working for 10 years, teaching and thought I had made it and thought that, oh, I got a good job, good benefits, da 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 da. Shouldn't I be satisfied? And I wasn't satisfied, man. And a lot of people ain't satisfied, but sometimes they settle, you know what I'm saying, and think, oh yeah, I should appreciate this life. This is a good life. No, don't settle, man. That's the thing. And I talk about this in my last few lives. It's like a lot of people think that this is where they're supposed to be. Nah, you're better than that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, you hear that and you just hear it and think, oh, I'm better. No, I'm better than that. Dude, you really are. Like, dude, you really are, man. Like some of y'all out there are better than that. Like you ain't making what you ought to be making. You know what I'm saying? Because your talent level is better than that. You are these other people who making this crazy kind of money and living this kind of life and able to do all this other stuff. They're not better than you. They're not better than you. You just haven't, taken action, right? You just haven't gotten the obstacles out of your way in order to take action, right? And when you get the obstacles out of your way and you take action, you'll be able to see, oh, this is not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. And I'm I'm doing the same thing I'm doing the same thing that this person doing, and I thought they were so much better than me, right? It's like, they're not that much better than you, man. You can do it. They're not much better than you. Get the obstacles out of your way and take action. That's all you got to do. So how can I contact you on a JV deal? Hit me up on IG, REI next door on IG. Hit me up. So right on, man. Appreciate your time. Yep, no doubt, man. No doubt. What about repairs? I don't really think about repairs. I ask the property owner about them and I pass it on to my buyers. I still, like I said multiple times on this live, I look at Chris Jefferson. I look at do what Chris Jefferson said, look at those cash sales on prop screen and see kind of what around how much people been buying similar properties for cash as is, and kind of go from there, you know. And I let my buyer deal with all the repairs and stuff like that. So that's what I do on that end. But anyways, I'm finna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, showing love, asking questions. I'm gonna try to go live a lot more. So just keep your questions coming. Go check out my videos if you haven't already. Like and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, peace out. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, y'all have a good one.